Alright, how's it going, everybody? We are back for some more Microtopia here on Bear's Den. And as you can see, our Gyne cocoon is just about done. I had issues with getting iron workers over here because I was only using these guys that are waiting on feeding our guys here, which for some reason we're not getting any of at the moment. I'll have to look into that. But I rerouted it now to where every iron worker we make goes up onto this track, and that comes around here. And I have added a cast for just about everything. I think now the only thing I don't have is for the princess when she comes out of here. And I have an idea on how to fix that as well. But we get one more iron worker, which he's on his way. This will get done. But they just follow this route around here, and that goes back to the divider and divides them up into where they're supposed to go. Alright, so we complete that. Cocoon is ready. Now all you have to do is wait for the incubation to be complete. And she's now incubating. That is complete. First Gyne is nearly ready for the nuptial flight. The follow component she needs is a Gyne tower. Alright, so we need to make a Gyne tower, which we can make right there. And then we can walk her off there, over to there, and that'll get her done. Now we need another princess, and we are waiting on an inventor for that. And let me guess. Oh no, I didn't mess that up. He's going in there, but he's for some reason going over there. We do have regular workers coming out occasionally. These guys, which are coming around over here, going into there. And where do I have them going? Okay, they're going that way, which is going off over here. And drop that, mister. What in the world are you dropping? Rubble. Alright. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to change that. And we're going to have those go off with the iron workers, because they can do the same thing that the iron workers can do. They don't need to be on their own separate path. And then I need to figure out why that one was dropping. Do we not have? We don't have. Okay, so we need to get a stockpile for rubble over here. Scooch that out. And now they should put the rubble there. Okay, so that takes care of that. Basically, while I was messing around with other stuff, I had these guys go start digging rubble instead of glass because we were out of glass. And we should be getting glass in, I believe, from this side now. Yeah, we'll be getting glass in from over here. But rubble only comes in if we get these fiber tentacles. And we don't have anybody going after those right now. So I figured I'd have my miners go over there and deal with that. We also need to deal with more people picking up here, because that is going to get full very, very soon. And you are now going to be a problem, because we need to make sure that the workers go to one side and the iron workers go to the other side, because they have to be different. So I will deal with that here in a minute. Now we gotta wait for the nuptial flight, which I have. This says it's gonna be 33 minutes. It does say current genes waiting 1. So I'm wondering if we can make another princess if we get another inventor to pop out here. And he's going on that way. I wonder if we can do a second tower. Well, it lets us do a second tower. Alright, so we'll see if we can get a second one to get done before that 33 minutes is done. Let me go ahead and pause here, get this fixed. It'll be as easy as putting in a divider here. Cast divider, and then splitting them. And then we'll see if we can get our genes to fly. See you in a bit. Alright, our last one's coming for our second gene here. Ended up being the green pod worker this time. That was last. We did get another princess out before it was ready. So I went ahead and put in a timer here set to 30 so that we can't get more than one inventor going in to become a princess. More than one every half hour. Alright, so it looks like, yes, we can have 2. So let's go ahead and put this one on. We got 15 minutes. It does say down here that there's something you can unlock called a thumper in the development tree. Let's see. LEDs, dispensers, thumper. Alright. So let's see what this is. Thumper. 200 iron, 100 copper, 150 concrete, 40 resin, 25 iron plates, 50 spurs, 50 copper wires, 20 diodes, 10 LEDs, and that other ball thing, I'm not sure what that is. Also said this has to go over here in the desert. So we're going to have to get the appropriate stuff over here because we moved everything over to the other one. Now, it says to build, it only needs that stuff. Interesting. Maybe it needs the other stuff to work? I'm not sure. Why are you guys not picking up? Oh, because there's nothing on it. Alright. And this one is for that one, which is fabric. So let's go ahead and change this one over to our little copper one. We need to get it emptying out of here. How long we got left? 13 minutes. Let's see here. Do I want to... Do we have the glass? That's the problem. I think we're going to wait on that thumper until next time. Yeah, we don't have the glass. We only have 7 glass. We definitely need to get more glass coming in. And I don't believe there is... Yeah, I don't see any more glass over here to be mined. So we might have to get more... there is a bit over here. 600, 500, 600. That's a lot of glass. That one's 1,000. But for that, we need to get the ants to that little island. That's rubble. Yeah, I think we're going to have to get our glass from the other island until we can get our guys over to this island. And when I was looking up here, there is a... I don't know where it's at now. There it is. Ant launcher. But we still need to get whatever that yellow diamond thing is. So as soon as we can figure that out, we can try to send some miners up there to start grabbing that. How's our cocoon doing? 9 of 15, 3 of 5. We might actually be able to get another one out of here. Let's see if we can get a third. Well, we got a third tower. There we go. Alright. So I'm gonna go back to optimizing stuff and waiting, and I will let you know when we're about ready to do the flight. Alright, we still got 7 minutes, but we ran into another problem. My drones are full over here, and that's because we don't have enough pod workers to get all the way over here to where they're being mashed up, and the machine has gotten full. And that's because we've been sending pod workers in to become Gynes, but I'm kind of confused on that because we only send 10 of them in there. Some for each one, so... Well, she's not helping anything. We gotta get her out of there. But I'm confused on why our pod workers has gone down so much. So I'm going to have to take a look and see if they're dying somewhere. I did have an issue earlier where something got caught up here. It wasn't... It was the princess thing last time. And so this is a bit of an issue with that. I need to figure out a different way to do this. And I'm not sure what would be a good way to do it. I need to keep the princess out of there. That's for sure. Which the timer will help with that. I could make a second Gyne tower. But I don't think that's really going to help anything. And we're not 100% sure yet what the flying these Gynes out is going to do. So I don't want to do that yet. But hopefully my pod workers will get back up to where they're supposed to be soon. I don't see where we would have any dying off. Yeah, they're not even filled up into this area right now. That's a problem. Because we used to keep that completely full. So I guess that last issue we had must have killed off way more than I thought. And the issue is how much glass we have. You know, we only have 7 glass. We do have another 30 over here waiting to be smelted. So hopefully we'll have enough. Yeah, because it's light bulbs we need, but it says we have 65 of those, so we should be fine. Just got to make a lot more ants. Alright, so I'll be back in like 3 minutes. Alright, we got a minute and a half left, but I figured out another reason why this is full. It's full of iron. I have no place to put iron. I did not give them a place to sling the iron to. So we got to figure that out. Unpause the game. I think one of these... No, one of these is not iron. Alright, because we're not getting iron in from over here anymore. That's the desert. And the furthest place we can sling that to is going to be out here. So we're not going to be slinging it. We'll just delete that. We'll put in a small stockpile if we can. Apparently we can't put it in there. Oh, we're gonna have to move that line. Alright, so we'll just move this over like that, and then this will give them a place for scrap iron. And yes, I'm using the drones that are needing to be recycled to get rid of their recycling cohorts. This one went over there, and now we need to watch the thing. So there they go. They're in flight. Says we've flown out 3. Most in one flight is 3. We got another princess we can get up there and ready for the next one. So now we just gotta wait for this meter to get done. Can we find them? Oh, there they are. There's one right there, and apparently she's got drones all over her, following her. Alright. And hey, that's what gives us those 3 points. Alright, well, that means we can now get the ant launcher. We can do the concrete core, but that's going to take our other 2. We can get the digger ant, which is a bigger version of the small digger ant. I think I'd rather do that. And yeah, we can't do the energy collider. We certainly can't do that. And that is to build the thumper. So we're not going to be doing that. We still need to do the LED thing. We still need to do the factory thing. So we'll look at all of that. And that is now done. And now we're supposed to go through to a battery worker ant. So we'll have to see if we can find that later on. But I'm waiting for the actual flight to get done. So it'll show us our screen here. And we shouldn't have any issues with the drones for a little while, because now they're going in to fill up her. Yeah, we only have 1 in there at the moment. Alright, where's the end screen for the nuptial flight? I didn't miss it because I was in the research thing, was I? I hope not. Okay, why are you guys carrying around fabric? That will not help my cause of keeping you guys alive either. I'll have to keep an eye on that and see what happens. But anyways, we got our nuptial flight done. I don't know that they're gonna show me that end screen, but it looks like that's how we get our inventor points. So we finally figured that out. We don't need that other inventor. So I guess next time I'll probably work on the LEDs, because we haven't done that yet and it was kind of due. And then we'll probably unlock the digger ant and the ant launcher and try those out. So hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.